Hey everybody, on this episode of Mr. Fix, I'm going to dress up this old stove with some new knobs and new fascia here to really dress it up a little bit. So what we're trying to do is to recreate or redo the front panel of this old stove. These knobs are a little different, they're a little pushed, whatever, and they got these little bezels. Really hard to replace, and when you're looking at them, they're like 30, 40 bucks a piece, and you can't find them because it's old. On Amazon, you can buy these other knobs right here. All metal, they look really good. Well, so how do I incorporate this to these? Well, I'm going to show you. So here, what we're going to do is, these actually, the old ones, push in. It's like a bezel, the little bezel there, and it gives it a little bit. So it kind of pushes into it to activate the gas, and then you turn to ignite and whatever else. These ones are set up the same thing. It's off, whatever, but they don't have bezels. So if I take this off, you're gonna have a big hole. So went down to my local shop for metal. I said I want a piece of stainless steel. They cut it right there for me. $5 this piece, $5. So this is an exact measurement that's what are gonna come in right here. Now before I start cutting it and doing everything like that and drilling these holes to incorporate, here's this knob, this bezel thing here. Get this off. So you notice like this one here is the bezel. Remember, I'm not going to replace this one, I don't have it. So look, you can see the hole that's going to be, that we're going to fill up, because once you put this piece in here, we're going to put it like that. We're going to put the new knobs on, make sure that they tie into this one and work. They'll probably stick out just a little bit, but that's okay because you push it and you turn it on. Hopefully it looks a lot better once we're done. These ones, after time, they discolor and it starts to not look very nice. So anyways, that's what this project's all about. Okay everybody, so here goes nothing. Now on this end piece, I'm gonna need this piece here to incorporate in the other one. What I went to the local store and found this $3 piece, which is almost, I can't remember, it's like a PVC style tube, 1/2 inch. So what's going to happen here is once I cut this piece off, I'm going to glue it to the inside of this like this. Then once that's done and I have the proper length, because the other side of it, I'm going to glue it to this side like that. Now there's a little bit of a gap in here, but I got this really hardening glue that glues everything, and it's heat resistant. We're going to use that. Once we figure out the exact length to be just right to put back on the stove, and everything works fine with the plastic, no problem. The first thing that I have to do is I got to cut this, and hopefully everything goes well, because getting another one of these is going to be a pain. So I'm going to try one, make sure it works. Once it works at 100%, then I can cut the rest. But what I'll probably do is I'll make one, template one, and use it a little while to make sure it works well. And if it all goes well, I'm going to do the rest. Template, holes, measure 1,000 times here. But even if you make a mistake, I'm going to go back. I can get another piece of stainless steel for $5. So it's not a big deal. It's just getting this set up correctly to be incorporated with the new knobs, and hopefully it works. So when cutting these things, I find the easiest thing to do is, if you have one of these Dremels, what's going to happen here is I'm going to take them and cut them as close as I can to the back. Cut it all out, because remember, this is the piece that we need. Cut it real out, and then you'll see like this. It should be flush afterwards. So that's how I cut them. If you use a hacksaw, I don't know, whatever works for you, to be honest with you. Just as long as you're able to get the same piece. There's also, you can go to your local store and they sell replacement knobs. You can use one of those and cut it, or just use the existing ones that you have. So anytime you do a project like this, it's not going to be easy. There's going to be a little bit of playing around to make it work. All right guys, so here's a little template that I just drew up, because you want to make sure. So this is the exact same size as the stainless steel that I had, and I just made sure that these holes line up perfectly. Okay, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to take that template eventually, hole punch it, and then I got to drill some holes for this. Actually, when I worked on this one, I found that you didn't see too much of it here once you put it on. And so I don't think I'm going to go with the metal surround. I don't think it's enough. Right now I just kind of put some kind of tape and really like pressure fitted it, and because I want to get a feel of how everything works when it's all together. And then if I find that they get loose, I can always like glue them back together again. So right now this is the one that I have. It fits, it works, it's correct. And then I have cut all the other pieces, these ones here, and they're all ready to go. So I just have to go and take these guys and cut the ends on them, because that's what I'm going to need to attach to those ones, and make 4 of them, and then drill my new plate, and hopefully that'll work. And I'll probably just 2-way tape it just for now, just to be on the safe side, make sure everything's good. And then I can go ahead and use that metal epoxy to glue it eventually. All right, so this is what the 4 knobs look like, and they all work. Some of them don't light. This one's off a little bit. You notice how it kind of turned a little bit on me. I'm just going to play with them, make sure that they're all. I'm going to get a pair of pliers because it's so tight. But the next step now is to actually go get that template, put it on the stainless steel sheet, punch, drill the holes, see how it fits, and set something up. All right, so it definitely, once I got confirmed that everything worked okay, this one I put a little bit more glue, but these inserts, you're gonna have to glue them, because if you put some tape and it warms up, it'll warm up this plastic, warm up this one, and then they'll disconnect. I had put glue from the knob to the plastic, and it held up really good, but then this little one on one of them was turning when the oven was on. So this is the stuff that I use. I've used it before. JP'd high heat, mix it with hand, and then just put it on, and then we just put it in real quick, take out any extra, let it sit overnight. And this stuff is super strong, and it should withstand any twists, turns, or any heat. Great stuff. All right, guys, so much for the glue. The glue really held up against here. The problem is that these ones, they're spinning inside. But I've noticed that this bottom little piece, this little notch here, if I put like a little pin, which I did here, works out well. And this will just keep it in place along with that little bit of glue, just added security. So then when it goes to turn, because the oven gets really hot and this glue is not enough to keep it in place because there's so little of a gap. So you're going to have to do like a pin. So I just drill right through and just do a pin and just cut the end piece right here. I'm using like a drywall nail, and I'll cut it, and then I'll push fit it in, and then I'll add some of that glue. That way there you have a big head on it, and it'll scrunch it and hold it in place. That's probably the best way to do it. All right, so I'm going to take my knob that I pressly fit. It has to be down as far as the top is concerned, and go in just like that. Perfect. And everything works okay. All right, guys, so maybe a little bit hard to see, but I cut the piece and I did the holes probably around 3/4 of an inch. I could even go bigger if I wanted to. Right now I just want to make sure it's good, my wife likes it, then we're going to continue with that. So once that happens, some of the holes may not be 100%, just play with it to make sure it's perfect. These things will go in, should go in like butter. I've already tried it, made sure. A little whatever. So everything should be good. They all go. They all look good. You see it? All stainless steel. Now I could put some labels to tell it where it is, but I think I prefer this nice clean look. So you know what? It is what it is. It's an old stove. Try to redo it. Try to get a few more years out of it. At the end of the day, it's stainless steel. It's durable, easy to clean, and you don't have to worry about any discoloration on the white. So you know what? Good luck with your project. These I bought off Amazon. I think they were like 20 something bucks. $5 for this stainless steel. That little PVC, $5, not even, $3.97. So everything comes together, and I think it looks a lot better than what it did compared to the other knobs that were discoloring and whatever. So everything works, everything looks good. Good luck with your stove and trying to save as much money as possible and trying to control your wife from buying new appliances. Anyways, thanks for watching and good luck with your project.